So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 8 of our ORAC 2.0 informational webinar series. Today, I will be sharing everything you will want to know about ORAC's new training program, Oracle or ORAC Learning. The team and I have been working really hard to pull this initiative off for our membership, so we're really excited to share the beginnings of the program with you today. Today, we have changed the webinar format and you are all allowed to unmute your microphones and speak. If you have any input or feedback as we go along, feel free to do so. With that being said, I'm just going to do a couple introductions. So on the call with me today, we have Mike Verge, the Managing Director here at ORAC, Paul Wrigley, the President and Education Committee Chair, and myself. If you haven't met me before, my name is Amy Carpenter and I'm the Marketing and Program Coordinator here. I take care of the Apprentice Intake Program and now also the Oracle Training Program. We also have Jessica Shaver on the line who will be helping out with any technical issues or anything along those lines. She is our Executive Assistant and Events Planner. Paul and Mike will hop in if they have any additional points or to help any questions throughout the webinar. So we chose the name Oracle for this program since it combines both our association's acronym and the word learning. The term Oracle also has a definition of being a person or agency considered to provide wise and insightful counsel or prophetic predictions, most notably including the precognition of the future inspired by deities. We believe that learning through programs like Oracle will be the way of the future. The purpose behind Oracle is to maximize your member value by providing leading-edge skill upgrading resources for your professional teams. Professional teams meaning project managers, sales reps, administration staff, and more. Oracle will provide an advantage to our membership by keeping you ahead of the competition with continuous opportunity for knowledge building and skill upgrading. Our goal for Oracle is to become the recognized leading provider of highly valued skills development specific to the HVAC/R industry. To launch Oracle, we've come up with a three-phase launch. In the first phase, we launched access to LinkedIn Learning licenses for our members. The licenses initially went live on June 1st of this year. In phase 2, we will be partnering with Humber College Corporate Training Solutions to provide live instructor-led courses. Phase 2 will be launching this fall. In phase 3, we plan on launching in early 2022 with in-person keynote speakers and education sessions. So for LinkedIn Learning that launched on June 1st, it's basically an addition to your existing LinkedIn account that provides you with access to thousands of free courses and learning paths that you can complete whenever you'd like to. With over 16,000 courses to choose from, led by industry experts, you are sure to find courses of value to your specific goals. All of the courses through LinkedIn Learning are easily accessible. You can read, listen, or watch content from any device. The algorithm on LinkedIn Learning is basically based on the current experience you have listed on your profile, your skills, and your interests. It takes that information and it provides you with suggested courses based on what may be of value to you specifically. Once you complete one of the courses on LinkedIn Learning, it also gives you an option to add a badge to the license and certification section on your LinkedIn Learning profile. This will keep track of all of the courses you've completed and you will be able to share that with anyone on your feed as well. So I'm just going to pull up what LinkedIn Learning actually looks like. Okay, so as you can see here, I have my LinkedIn Learning or my LinkedIn profile on the screen. Recently, I've completed a couple courses through LinkedIn Learning and it keeps track of them down here in the licenses and certification section. So For example, I've completed marketing tools for social media recently, and it keeps track of it down here. When you go to the LinkedIn Learning dashboard, this is what you'll see. So you can see here, it shows top picks for me, and this is based on what my current experience is on my profile or my interests. It'll show you trending for other people that are in your role, what they like to take, what might be of value to you, and then also popular on LinkedIn Learning. If you were looking for a course, for example, like project management, you can search that in the search bar up here. Then you'll be able to see a list of all of the project management courses that LinkedIn Learning offers. And you'll see here that some of them are learning paths, some of them are courses. They're different lengths of time. So you can take courses based on how much time you have in that day. And you can also come back to the course whenever you like to complete it. If you're looking at completing a learning path, I'll show you what that looks like. So in total, you'll see this entire learning path is 11 hours and 55 minutes, which is quite a long course. However, it is broken down into smaller sections here. Each of these sections that you complete will provide you with that certification on your LinkedIn Learning profile. And then once you've gone through and completed all of the courses in the LinkedIn learning path, you'll receive a certificate at the end. I'll just bring my PowerPoint back up.
Amy, as you mentioned, that this is people's mics are encouraged to be on for this webinar, and we're hoping to get some feedback. Has anybody got feedback on the three-phase launch or the LinkedIn Learning program so far?
Nothing so far here.
Okay.
Has anyone used LinkedIn Learning yet? Anyone that's on the call?
Tony is here on the call and he raised his hand. Well, perfect. So all of you at the end will actually on the slide here, we have a QR code. So if you are interested in signing up for a LinkedIn Learning license, you can scan the QR code on your phone and it'll bring you to the form to pre-register for our LinkedIn Learning licenses that will be going live on July 1st. We will be releasing licenses in separate releases. So our first one is completely sold out. If you're interested in the next release, then make sure you sign up as soon as possible. They are released and distributed on a first come, first served basis. I'm also going to send the link in the chat just in case the QR code isn't working for you. Okay, so moving on to phase 2 of our launch for Oracle, we will be partnering with Humber College Corporate Training Solutions to provide live instructor-led training. You can expect dynamic and interactive instructor-led virtual training, competency-based courses designed to refine skills in the workplace, professional subject matter experts experienced with online learning, small class sizes of a ratio of 1 instructor per 10 students on the course. These courses will be valuable to both you and your professional teams because you'll be able to learn actionable skills that yield immediate results. You'll be able to take courses that match your specific learning goals. You'll have the opportunity to network with other forward-thinking peers. And the best part is that the courses are only requiring a half day commitment, and it's very convenient as there's multiple class dates for each course to pick from. Okay, I'm just gonna go in and unmute a couple people who have joined the call. So on the screen here, you can see some sample course options from Humber Corporate Training Solutions. In total, Humber offers over 100 different courses under the umbrellas of critical skills, leadership skills, management skills, and technical skills. Some potential courses that we may offer to our membership would be project management fundamentals, contractor vendor management, and negotiations for the modern age. The education committee that we will touch on shortly will be responsible for selecting and recommending courses for us to offer to the membership. However, before I move on to the next slide, I'm curious, has anyone on this webinar heard about a micro-credential before? If you have, feel free to provide your input. Well, I'd say, oh, go ahead.
Even if you haven't, let us know. Have you ever heard of a micro-credential?
Not I.
Nope, haven't heard of it.
So we think that that's just from our research, that's going to be the future of education. And we're going to just talk a minute about it here.
So a micro-credential is essentially as it sounds, it's a mini credential. There's been huge changes in the way that education is being provided nowadays, especially after COVID. It can be found on so many different platforms through LinkedIn. You can Google or look up a YouTube video if you want to learn something. However, all of these options for learning aren't always officially recognized by an institution or an employer. Micro-credentials certify an individual's ongoing achievements in an ever-changing world. They allow skills and competencies to be learned in a flexible, fast, and affordable way. They're designed to help organizations recognize and integrate critical skill sets into their workforce while supporting the pursuit of individual career goals in a stackable, portable, and customizable way. The key concepts of micro-credentials are that they are rapid and targeted to the needs of your specific job. They're also assessment-based, so that the person who completes the credential demonstrates that they have learned the skills required for that credential. Finally, they are endorsed by Humber College, and the government of Canada has actually recently been investing a lot of money in helping colleges come up and create with micro-credentials as well. The exciting aspect regarding micro-credentials are that we actually have the opportunity to work with the college to create custom micro-credentials, especially for the gaps that we see in the HVAC industry today. These courses would then be executed by the faculty of the college, and the course would be exclusive to ORAC members. The education committee will play a key role for this initiative. Mike or Paul, do you have anything to add to this one?
No.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So as we look into 2022, we plan on launching phase 3 with in-person classes and speakers. This could include keynote speakers, educational sessions and classes, or even motivational speakers. Recommendations for great speakers are always welcome, and we will include a section on the post-webinar survey where you can submit any if you have any that pop into your mind. I've mentioned a couple times throughout this presentation that there will be an education committee that will play a huge role in shaping ORAC-le. We're looking for your input on this initiative as we're putting it together for you and your teams. The education committee is a new committee that we are putting together. It provides you a chance to get involved with ORAC and the industry. The committee will be responsible for assisting with identifying educational gaps within our industry, recommending courses, course content, speakers, and educators, working in partnership with the colleges to create the custom micro-credentials for professional staff within the trade. And we will meet periodically throughout the year to review the success and areas of improvement for the program. If you're interested in volunteering for the education committee or nominating someone that you may know from your company who may fit this role, these details will be important for you. The next Education Committee meeting will be held on July 8th at 10 a.m. Meetings will take place on Zoom until in-person gatherings are allowed, and then all further meetings will take place in person. If you'd like to volunteer or nominate someone, you can scan the QR code on the screen and complete the form. I'll also send the link in the chat in case it doesn't work. All submissions are required by tomorrow at noon. The committee will then decide on who is approved for the committee, and all of them will receive an email on Monday confirming that. At this point, if anyone has any questions about Oracle or any feedback, go ahead. You can raise your hand or unmute your microphone.
Hey, Amy, it's Randy from Black & McDonald.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I was actually lucky enough to win the free membership, I guess, from the original sign up. And I've only done one course, but I was actually quite impressed. It was only 30 minutes, but still for a little webinar, 30-minute piece, it was still pretty engaging. There were tons, like almost too many options to choose from. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
And I thought it was great.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Does anyone think we're on completely the wrong track with this program that we've put together so far? Certainly it's flexible. Once we've got the committee put together, everyone will have a chance to have their input, but this is what we thought was appropriate. Certainly starting in COVID and hopefully coming out of it very soon, we thought this was a good way to start with the LinkedIn Learning.
I think it's an excellent idea, Paul.
Thanks, Kevin.
I just haven't had a chance to dive in and look at it yet. So, but I did just register for a chance to win.
Well, if you do win, you know it's time to buy a lottery ticket too.
That's right.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you everyone for joining in today. We are raffling off a $100 e-gift card to a choice of your store. If you do complete the post-webinar survey and provide your feedback to us, that would be really appreciated. Other than that, unless anyone has any other feedback, or Paul or Mike, if you would like to say anything.
Amy, I would just like to thank you for all your effort. You did a great job. The presentation looks great, and it is very forward-looking material. I think, as we said before, this blended program could be the future of education, and we feel like we're on the leading edge. And just for your information, the people on the call, we have talked to a few colleges, and they agree with that initiative. So we'll see what happens, but it looks promising. Thank you for all your feedback.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep, thanks for everyone attending.
Yes, thanks, Amy.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.